My friends, money is not a master. It is a servant. It waits for command, it listens for direction, and it obeys the mind that is firm, clear, and determined. If left idle, it vanishes. If given orders, it multiplies. The difference lies not in the coins themselves, but in the consciousness of the one who holds them. Money is powerless until it is given direction. A dollar in your hand is nothing more than a servant waiting for orders, and if you do not tell it what to do, it will slip away to serve another who has given it command. That is why you must form a definite purpose for every portion of your money. Do not simply say, "I will save," or "I will invest." Those are vague wishes. Purpose requires precision. When you tell yourself, "This money will build my home," "This money will grow into an enterprise," "This money will purchase my freedom from toil," "This money will educate my children," you have given your money a mission, and money obeys mission. Consider the farmer. If he scatters seed at random, some may grow, but much will be wasted. If he plants with a plan, every seed has a place, every field has a purpose, and the harvest is multiplied. So it is with money. The moment you give each dollar a reason for being, you have transformed it from paper into power. Do not think in terms of spending only for today. Think of what each sum can do tomorrow, next year, and in the decades to come. See your money as a worker, small in number at first, but capable of building a great enterprise if each one is sent into the right labor. A dollar spent thoughtlessly is gone forever. A dollar commanded with purpose may return to you carrying 10 more. When purpose guides your money, you no longer live in reaction. You live in design, and design is the difference between those who drift into poverty and those who rise into abundance. Every fortune that endures is built upon discipline. Money, left to whim and impulse, will vanish as quickly as water poured into the sand. To command your money to multiply, you must treat every single dollar as a soldier under your authority. Each one must be given a duty, and none should be left wandering without purpose. When people say, "It's only a few dollars, it doesn't matter," they reveal the very weakness that keeps them poor. For if you cannot discipline the small, how can you ever hope to govern the large? Think of the man who gathers rainwater. If his vessel leaks, the stream may seem steady for a while, but eventually the water runs dry. So it is with income. You may earn much, but if your spending leaks are unchecked, the flow of wealth will never fill your reservoir. Discipline is the seal that prevents leakage, the force that ensures money remains under your control, instead of escaping to serve others. This does not mean living in denial or deprivation. Discipline is not about refusing yourself the joys of life. It is about controlling the timing and purpose of those joys. A disciplined person spends with intention, not impulse. They choose investment over indulgence, growth over gratification, and long-term strength over fleeting pleasure. Each dollar you spend without reflection is a servant dismissed without work. Each dollar you guide with care is a seed planted in fertile soil. Over months and years, the difference becomes astonishing. One man wonders why he must always labor harder to keep up, while another discovers that his disciplined money now labors for him, multiplying in silence. Discipline transforms money from a fleeting possession into a permanent ally. It is not earned once, it is practiced daily. And the more you practice it, the stronger your command grows, until every dollar you touch knows exactly where to go, and more importantly, where to return. Wealth that lasts is never born out of chance. It is the product of a deliberate system. A system of growth is a structure you build around your money so that it cannot help but multiply. Without such a system, money slips through the cracks of life. One expense here, another indulgence there, until the months and years pass and nothing remains. But when you place your money into a design process, it grows whether you are awake or asleep, working or resting, young or old. A system of growth begins with habit. Just as a tree grows because it continually draws from the soil, your wealth expands because you continually feed it with regular deposits. No matter how small the beginning, consistency is the magic that turns drops into rivers. Every time you add to your system, whether it is savings, investments, or reinvestments, You strengthen the roots of your financial tree. Over time, those roots spread deep and wide, anchoring your security and feeding your abundance. The beauty of a system is that it removes emotion and guesswork. Many people rise and fall with their moods. They save when they feel like it, they invest when excitement is high, they spend when temptation is near. But feelings are fickle. Systems are steady. A system tells your money what to do in advance, so decisions are made before emotion can interfere. Think of the great factories of the world. They produce not by luck, but by process. Raw material enters at one end, finished goods emerge at the other. The same is true of your finances. Money flows in as income, and through your system it is transformed into assets, enterprises, and streams of passive gain. The process never sleeps, never tires, and never forgets. And here lies the secret. Once the system is strong, it multiplies without your constant touch. The farmer does not tug at the roots to force growth. He builds irrigation, protects the soil, and allows nature to work. In the same way, your financial system, once created, compounds quietly in the background of your life. The man without a system must forever labor for every dollar. The man with a system eventually finds that dollars labor for him. This is the dividing line between those who merely earn money and those who build enduring wealth. Work hard if you must, but let your money work harder. Build a system of growth, and it will carry your name and legacy far beyond the span of your years. Compounding is the silent giant of wealth, the force that works invisibly yet powerfully, turning small beginnings into vast fortunes. It does not shout, it does not rush, but it never stops. Compounding is the law of multiplication written into time itself. When you truly understand it, you no longer look at a single dollar as a trivial sum. You see in it the potential of hundreds, thousands, even millions. Consider the seed of an oak tree. At first, it seems insignificant, even fragile, but within it lies a destiny of towering strength and enduring growth. When planted, watered, and left to nature, it becomes not only a tree, but a giver of acorns that create forests. So it is with your money. Each dollar placed into motion produces returns, and when those returns are reinvested, they too produce more. This cycle, repeated without interruption, builds wealth so great that it astonishes those who once dismissed small beginnings. The tragedy is that most people underestimate time. They want quick harvests, instant results, immediate wealth. But compounding rewards the patient, the disciplined, the one who can plant and wait. 10 years may seem long to the impatient man, yet to the wise 10 years is the blink of an eye when compared to the harvest that follows. The impatient spend their dollars and have nothing. The patient reinvest their dollars and have abundance that seems miraculous. Imagine money as workers in a factory. At first, you have only a few, and the output seems modest. But if you allow each worker to hire new workers from their wages, the factory grows larger, stronger, and faster. Soon, you are not managing a handful of laborers, but an army, producing day and night without your direct effort. That is compounding. Your money hiring more money to serve you endlessly. But remember, compounding works both ways. Debts compound as well as savings. Interest, when paid, becomes a chain. Interest, when earned, becomes wings. The same law that can enslave can also set you free. The choice lies entirely in which side of compounding you place yourself. The great secret is to start where you are with what you have and to begin now. Every delay steals years of potential growth, and every year lost reduces the forest that could have been. The dollar you invest today is far more powerful than the one you invest tomorrow, because time is the fuel of compounding. The earlier you command your money to multiply, the greater the force you unleash in your favor. When you harness compounding, you no longer live in the trap of trading time for money. Instead, your money works while you sleep, while you rest, while you dream. It becomes an endless servant, building silently in the background until one day you awaken to discover that the work of your hands has been overtaken by the work of your money. That day, you will understand why compounding is not just a principle. It is the closest thing to financial immortality. The company you keep shapes the destiny of your money as surely as it shapes the destiny of your mind. No fortune is ever built in isolation. Every great achievement, every towering wealth has been the result of ideas, ideas born, sharpened, and magnified in the presence of others who believed in growth. If you would command your money to multiply forever, you must guard your associations as carefully as a jeweler guards his finest gems. Money responds to thought. It grows from ideas. But ideas do not appear in the barren soil of negative company. Spend your time among those who complain of lack, who speak endlessly of scarcity, who believe wealth belongs only to the fortunate few, and their thoughts will infect your own. They will drain your ambition, blur your vision, and chain your imagination. Before long, you will spend as they spend, think as they think, and settle as they settle. Your money, instead of multiplying, will wither under the weight of small thinking. Now place yourself among minds that multiply, men and women who talk of opportunity, who search for solutions instead of excuses, who look at problems and see not barriers but stepping stones. In such company, your thinking will expand, your imagination will sharpen, and your money will be given new directions. One conversation, one idea, one spark from a growing mind can ignite a fortune greater than a lifetime of solitary effort. Think of the inventor, the builder, the entrepreneur. Rarely do they rise alone. Behind their triumphs are counsels, mentors, partners, and allies. The energy of many minds, aligned in vision, becomes a power far greater than any single thought. And this power, when directed toward money, finds ways to multiply it that a lone thinker could never conceive. Even silence in the presence of such people is valuable. Simply being among those who aim high causes you to lift your own aim. Their standards raise your standards. Their habits influence your habits. Their vision enlarges your vision. Just as a flame spreads from candle to candle, the fire of abundance spreads from one determined mind to another. Ask yourself, who surrounds you now? Do they build you or drain you? Do they push you toward growth or pull you back toward comfort and mediocrity? Wealth does not bloom in the desert of small minds. It flourishes in the garden of great minds united in purpose. If you wish for your money to grow, place yourself where growth is the natural language spoken every day. Choose carefully, for association is a form of silent partnership. You are either partnered with expansion or with decline. Seek out minds that multiply, and you will find your money multiplying along with them, because the ideas they plant in your consciousness will bear fruit for as long as you live. Wealth, once gathered, is not secure until it is guarded. The river that flows into your hands can as easily leak away as it can be directed to multiply. Many men and women have built fortunes only to see them vanish, not because they lacked the power to create, but because they lacked the wisdom to protect. To command your money to multiply forever, you must not only direct it with purpose and discipline, but also shield it from forces that would drain it dry. Think of a farmer who toils through the seasons, planting, watering, and cultivating. If he allows weeds to grow unchecked, if he leaves the gates of his field open to animals, if he neglects the fences, his harvest will be stolen before it reaches his table. So it is with your wealth. Every careless decision, every reckless venture, every unguarded expense is a thief at the edge of your field. Protection is not fear. It is foresight. It is the wisdom to know that growth must be shielded, or else it will be destroyed. Your wealth must be protected from three enemies: wasteful habits, poor judgment, and parasites who seek to live upon your labor. Wasteful habits are the leaks that drain quietly, often unnoticed. The unnecessary purchases, the indulgences that bring no lasting value, the endless distractions that consume without return. Poor judgment is the gamble disguised as opportunity, the reckless venture pursued without study, the hasty decision made without counsel. Parasites are the people who see your growth not as an inspiration, but as an invitation to feed upon your abundance, offering nothing in return but promises and excuses. Guard yourself against all three. Let your money serve your vision, not your impulses. Let your decisions be guided by knowledge, not by the thrill of chance. Let your associations be tested by loyalty and value, not by charm or need. Protection also means creating barriers of safety around your wealth. Insurance, reserves, and diversification are not signs of doubt. They are shields against the storms that will surely come. No river flows forever without floods and droughts. No field prospers without seasons of trial. Protection ensures that when the storms arrive, your wealth endures. Remember this truth: it is easier to protect wealth than to rebuild it once it is lost. Many have climbed the mountain of success only to tumble down again, not because they could not climb, but because they failed to secure their footing. The wise protect their flow so that each gain remains permanent. Each victory becomes a foundation for the next, and each dollar multiplies without interruption. To protect your wealth is to respect it. To respect it is to ensure it remains. And when it remains, it continues to grow, to compound, and to carry forward the legacy you began. Guard your wealth, and it will guard you. Wealth begins not in the hand, but in the mind. Long before money fills your pockets, abundance must fill your thoughts. If you see only limits, you will live in limits. If you believe wealth is scarce, your actions will shrink, your vision will narrow, and your money will slip away. But if you believe in abundance, if you hold the unshakable faith that opportunity is ever present and wealth is without end, your mind will guide you to paths where others see only walls. Faith in abundance is the foundation upon which all multiplication stands. Look around at the world itself. The earth never withholds the sunrise, the oceans never withhold their tides, the seasons never fail to return. Nature teaches that abundance is the natural order. Seeds multiply into harvests. Rivers pour endlessly into the sea. Stars fill the heavens without number. If creation itself operates on the law of overflow, why should your wealth be an exception? The difference lies in whether you allow your mind to align with that law or whether you reject it and live in doubt. Faith is not mere hope. Hope waits, faith acts. Hope says, I wish it could be. Faith declares, it already is, and I will claim it. Faith in abundance does not sit idle. It fuels discipline, it sharpens purpose, it strengthens patience, and it attracts the very people and opportunities that accelerate your growth. Doubt, on the other hand, paralyzes. It blinds you to opportunities, drives you to rash decisions, and convinces you to settle for less. Many remain poor not because abundance is absent, but because their faith is absent. You must train your mind to expect increase, not loss. When challenges arise, faith reminds you they are temporary. When setbacks strike, faith whispers that they are stepping stones. When opportunities appear small, faith sees the forest hidden in the seed. And because your thoughts shape your actions, this faith will guide every dollar, every choice, every relationship into alignment with wealth. There is a reason the wealthy grow wealthier. They believe wealth belongs to them. Not by accident, not by privilege, but by right of thought, action, and persistence. They do not wonder if money will come. They know it will, because they act as though abundance is certain. Their faith pulls riches toward them, while the fearful push riches away with their doubt. To keep faith in abundance is to light a fire within yourself that cannot be extinguished. It is to declare, even when the purse is light, that the river of wealth is flowing and your portion is on its way. It is to look beyond what is in sight and claim what is yet unseen. And as surely as the seed becomes the harvest, as surely as night becomes day, your faith in abundance will shape your reality. Hold this faith with all your strength. Guard it against the voices of doubt, the whispers of fear, and the habits of scarcity. For as long as you believe in abundance, abundance will believe in you. And when you command your money with that belief, it will not only multiply, it will multiply forever. My friends, money will never lead. It only follows. It cannot think. It only obeys. The secret is not in chasing it, but in commanding it with purpose, discipline, and vision. Command your money to multiply forever, and it will.